The Raiders fell yesterday. That's probably the easiest way to say it. Just listless. Defense, other than that first, that strip sack by Max Crosby, there was really no life at all. I went out to Texas Roadhouse with my mom last night. I know, lame. But, and it just really seemed like there was no heart in it, especially on the defensive side later on as the game wore on and everything. And I mean, just offense wasn't much better, but it was better. I would argue that there were a couple of things that you had go wrong, but I mean it's just tough loss, 2-8, and I don't know. I think that this team with Pete Carroll might be one and done. Definitely going to be remain to be seen, but there was some good things and there was a lot of bad. But we'll go over everything in our latest edition of Standouts and Fizzouts. Standouts because of players that stood out, and players and Fizzouts because of players that fizzled out, but. It's not a pop type day. We're drinking more water. We're trying to get healthier. It's gonna be it's gonna be good for us, but we'll still find that good pop substitute. Anyway, by the way, let us know what kind of pop you guys drink in the comments section down below. We love to hear about it. Ours is Coke or Pepsi. That's definitely the go-to for us. So let's talk about the standouts and fizzouts for the Raiders today against the Dallas Cowboys. So yes, I would argue that Geno Smith did not play bad. 27 of 42 for 230 yards, a touchdown, and an interception. Interception was a little unneeded. I think he was trying to fit in that window to Brock Bowers, and I mean, I get it, you're trying to feed him, but it just wasn't a good decision. So not good there. And, I didn't feel like Geno was really pushing the ball deep that much. Yes, those were those corner routes to Brock Bowers and a couple of things like that. But, and obviously, yes, Ian Thomas had that nice catch at the beginning of the game, but it just didn't really feel like the offense was really trying to push the deep ball that much. And, I think that a large portion of that was because you had a lack of a running game. So, but Brock Bowers also 7 for 72. We'll get into the bad here in a second, but Brock Bowers played pretty well, 7 for 72. Trey Tucker, 4 for 47 and a touchdown. Had that bad decision on that punt, which led to that Ashton Jeanty safety, but is what it is there. Also, Tyler Lockett did some good things, 3 for 33. So that was really good to see. Defensively, I think Max Crosby just continues to be the heart and soul of this team. I think overall, Devin White was in a lot of good places. I saw some good play from Tyree Wilson. And like I said, it's kind of tough to watch out for some of these really good performances because, like we said, they're just defensively. There's a lot to work on, but offensively, it's kind of a little bit of the same message. So, like we said, overall, I liked how Geno Smith played. I didn't think that he made a lot of bad decisions. I think he put you in a lot of positions to win, but I just don't think that. I think the lack of the running game really hurt you. Now, fizzouts. There's a lot that you could say about this. So O-line, I mean, they did Geno Smith and Ashton Jeanty and the rest of the running game no favors. 27 yards rushing. Geno Smith was, pressured like every single play. It felt like, yes, and I think they let up. I think it was a total of 4 sacks, if I'm not mistaken. So I mean, Quinnen Williams had himself a day coming over from the Jets, and obviously the Cowboys were also playing for Nealon, rest in peace. So that was understandable there. But offensive line did not play well in any facet. Also, Ashton Jeanty not feeding this man. I understand that, game script, especially at the end there, it kind of got you away from it, but it just did not seem like they were willing to establish the run game with anybody, and it was rough. It was rough. Trey Tucker on that punt return, you talk about decision making and I mean just letting it bounce. Now, would the punt have probably bounced inside the 1 yard line anyway? Maybe, but I think that as the punt returner, you have an obligation to at least get out of there because the ball can take weird bounces all the time, and I think he should have just let that one go. But is what it is. Isaiah Palomalu got picked on, like the entire secondary got picked on all day by the Cowboys. I mean, you talk about, Dak Prescott was 25 of 33, 268, 4 touchdowns, no picks. The run defense, it wasn't horrible, but they just the Cowboys were able to do whatever they wanted. The defense really didn't step up in any way. So overall, I do think that there was a lot that went on in this game. Yes, the offensive line did you no favors. You weren't able to establish the running game. You weren't able to stop the run, which puts you in a tough spot there too. So I think that the writing's on the wall here, potentially. I could think that it could be a one and done for Pete Carroll and company, but tough. It's about motivating players, and I just don't think that they've done it to this point. And I don't think that the Raiders have a bad team by any stretch of the imagination. It's just they didn't show up, and that's been the case for the last couple of weeks, and it's getting pretty rough. So, but overall, let us know what you guys think of our latest edition of Standouts and Fizzouts for the Las Vegas Raiders as they play the Dallas Cowboys. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe down below, and we'll see you on the next video.